Hello, Elizabeth. I'm going to be your teacher for this class today. We're going to be running through a 20-minute sequence, and we're just going to hop right into this for the sake of time. So I'm going to run you through our three principles. We have a 4 to 8 breathing technique where I'm going to have you inhale for 4 and exhale for 8. Go ahead and do that for me right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And go ahead and do that one more time on your own. Okay, and then the next one is we practice like a wet noodle. The breathing technique will transition into this quite nicely. The more you breathe and use this breathing technique, the more that you will be able to practice like a wet noodle and have softer muscles. Then the third one is the longer your holds, the greater your gains are going to be. Ideally, we shoot for a minimum of 2 minutes, maximum of 5 minutes. And next, we're going to transition into warm ups. So I am going to show you some moon squats. Okay. So first, stretch out your chest nice and wide. Really feel that stretch. Now start to bend your knees into a squat. Come down to the ground, cross your arms, look down at the ground, and back up. And let's just go ahead and do this another 2 times. 1, 2. Okay, and those are our moon squats. We would use those to warm up. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to transition into a butterfly pose. So you can either just sit on your mat or you can grab a block and put it under your bum, whatever works for you. Bring your feet in together and start using your breathing technique. In for 4, and on that exhale, go ahead and extend your body into, or use a forward fold. And then we're going to hold this pose for 2 minutes. This pose is really good for opening up the hips. If you want to, you can leave your hands on the ground or you can turn them up. And we have about 30 more seconds in this pose.
5 minutes.
Okay, and now we're going to transition into our next pose. We can remove the block, put that to the side. And for this next pose, we're going to want to be in a seated position. You can use a block if you'd like, or if you're flexible enough, maybe you're able to lean back into this pose. Whatever works for you, whatever is comfortable for you. And this is a really good hamstring stretch. We're just gonna stay in this pose for a couple minutes. And right about now, you should be feeling a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Just go ahead and focus on your breathing. Inhale for 4, exhale for 8. Okay, now we're going to transition into a reset pose. Maybe use your hands to lift yourself up, straighten out your legs a little bit, give them a moment to breathe. And then from here, we're still going to be in a seated position, and we're going to do a reset pose called the heart opener. Just go ahead and open up bring your arms back, open your chest nice and wide. Feel that anterior chain open up. We're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. Remembering our breathing technique. Okay, now we're going to come out of this reset pose and we're going to transition to the next pose. So, next, I'm going to try to position this to where you can see me. Okay, so first we're going to lay on our stomach on our mat. We're going to want our hands right under our shoulder, a nice 11 railroad track. You want your arms as straight as possible. Then slowly start using your hands to crawl forward. And then you should feel a nice stretch going on here.
10 minutes.
Let's hold that for 2 minutes. Remembering our 4 to 8 breathing technique, trying to allow our bodies to become as soft as possible. Should feel your thoracic area open up. You should feel some of your posterior chain open up a little bit. And if you want to get more of a stretch, you can curl up your toes and use them to push yourself a little more forward. Okay, now we're going to transition into the next pose. So what I'm going to have you do for me is we're still going to be in the same position. We're just going to cross our arms like this and then see how far we can extend them outwards. And in this pose, there tends not to be really too good of a place to kind of rest your chin on. So, what I find helpful is curling your toes, inching yourself forward, and then that'll give you a little bit more better option to rest your chin if you need to. Maybe try to go out a little bit farther, wherever's comfortable for you. And then this pose is really good for just blanked out on that. I apologize. Oh, this is really good for opening up the shoulder. I apologize. My cat decided to join our Zoom meeting. All right, and then we're gonna hold here 20 more seconds, and then we will move to our last pose.
15 minutes.
Okay, we're going to move out of this pose. back up to a tabletop, maybe bounce into a child's pose. And then for the next pose, we're going to want a block. You can angle it flat, you can angle it up, you can angle it long ways, wherever you feel more comfortable with that. Then we're going to want to put a pillow on top. I personally like to put the pillow on top. And then we're going to want to make sure that that's against the bikini line. So we're going to set up our block, our pillow, and then we're going to ease into this pose. We're going to hold this pose for about 2 minutes. If your head touches the floor, don't worry. If your hands aren't touching the floor, don't worry. Maybe kick out your legs and your arms. See how far you can extend outwards. Remembering our 4 to 8 second breathing technique. And just trying to practice as loose as possible. You're doing amazing, Elizabeth. We have about 1 more minute in this pose. And slowly start lifting out of this pose. Grab the back, interlace your fingers, grab the back of your neck. Slowly lift up. And then that's going to be it for today's class. Thank you for joining me, Elizabeth. I'm going to have you put your right hand on your heart, left hand on your chest. May this practice strengthen and heal the body and the mind. May this practice strengthen and heal the body and the mind. And then that's it. Thank you.